Okay, so now we are live, Karel and Shrey. I'm going to introduce and then I'll come back to you guys. So for now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody from wherever you are. Good morning, I'm saying because it is special. Today, the learner panel we have, the person we have along with us, he is. He has just woken up so early just because of this live stream. He's from USA. It is 4 o'clock in the morning there. And on that note, you would also see I have different sort of setup today. I do not have any other chair besides me. The reason being, because the expert that I wanted has joined us online. So that is the different sort of setup. And now I am also speaking about something different. So you will also see the topic because if you join us regularly, you must know that our live stream overarching theme is to talk about something related to personal growth commitment. But today's topic is very technical. It is from the digital intelligence segment. It is machine learning for beginners guide. This is the reason why we chose the topic. If you remember, we had this digital intelligence live stream 2 weeks back, and then we got some questions on machine learning and artificial intelligence. And that point in time, our expert and our learner panel, they were not they were not fully up to date with the information, and that is the reason they couldn't give you proper answers. And we thought, okay, why not, let's just do it again. We have got the experts today along with me, and they are going to answer you on your questions. So now I'm going to turn around. You could see here I have the screen. On the screen I have Shrey. Shrey is like what I just said, that he woke up at 4 o'clock just for this live stream. He is a student, master student of California State University. He is also working as a graduate research assistant, and he also had a startup in India. He also has done internship in ISRO, which is in India. So he has a very good profile. Speaking of which, I have here Karel. Karel is CTO of Employability.live, and he's masters of everything. So if Shrey is not able to answer any of your questions, Karel will do that. So now I'll quickly go to Shrey and Karel. Hi both, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi Gunjan, how are you? I'm good.
Wonderful. Karel, how are you today?
Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to meeting Shrey. I'm looking forward.
Thank you. And Shrey, do you want to quickly introduce yourself? I know I did everything I could do, but we wanted to hear from you as well.
I think you made a good introduction of my and I'm Shreya and I'm currently a master's student at Cal State Long Beach. Um, I'm working as a graduate research assistant in machine learning and artificial intelligence. I previously worked with the Indian Space Research Organization and Physical Research Laboratory, and I am into research and machine learning.
Okay, so yes, we have got few learners who have joined us, and they are from developer side. They are doing this IT, BCA, and they had a lot of questions previously. And I am hoping they are there with us, and they will ask their questions in the chat box. But for now, I'll set the scene, and for the scene, I will go ahead with the question. It's a very light question. It is related to our module question. It is regarding digital intelligence. So I am gonna come back to you, Shrey, asking what do you think of digital intelligence, and why do you think it is very important these days to be digitally intelligent?
Uh, it's a really good question. So basically, digital intelligence is getting to know everything that's on the tip of our phone or on the website, right? So this world is really going fast in technology, and everyone has a phone right now, ranging from small kids to our grandparents. Everyone has a phone, and everything is on the tip of the phone. So if you want to order food, you have different websites to order the food. If you want to order anything online, you have Amazon for that. So if everything is growing really fast, and I feel you need to be up to date with that. So that's digital intelligence for me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Fred. Now let's hear from Carol. Carol, you always tell us that, guys, do this, do that, go on the SharePoint, go on Confluence, make your profile, be up to date. So I wanted to ask you, why do you think being digital intelligence is very important these days?
Well, if we speak about like working in company like ours, I think it's matter about really maintaining the data in the best way for the business purpose. Well, one aspect is accessibility. Well, and there are also level of digitalization. Well, if you have a file on your computer, it is already digital. Well, but if you have the file on a shared drive, it is better because other people can access it. Well, if you have the file on a repository which supports version control, it's even better because you can see what was the version before and you don't have to do this kind of repetitive save as, save as, save as. Well, if you have the possibility to edit things concurrently, it facilitates brainstorming and so on. If you have something what is accessible in the shape of like Wikipedia, well, which is Confluence. Well, we have Confluence. We are trying to maintain is a kind of internal Wikipedia. Then the information is accessible, easily searchable. You can interconnect different things. So it is about efficiency ultimately. Well, but the principle is accessibility, transparency, also access control. Well, knowing who is invited to what. Well, because for example, with solutions such as Confluence, you can easily manage the page level access. But if you have a shared drive, people can just keep adding users and they can't go. It is an intern coming from an enemy company and they will store all the data. So that's the reason why. But maybe one point I would like to add, Gunjan, on the digital intelligence. Well, I think a part of the digital intelligence is also the knowledge of digital abstinence. Well, because people get overwhelmed, disrupted by so many things, and this digital noise is overwhelming. It's studied because it's like dopamine, like people who are doing gambling have the same reaction as people who use regularly mobile phone, including Karel Macek, CTO of Employability. He's also dopamine addicted. Well, he uses the mobile phone every day, and he needs to do some extra effort to get focused. Well, so and he does. Well, he gets focused, but it needs some extra effort. Well, under these conditions, one extra effort is simply to go to a room without any internet connection. Well, and spend there like 1 hour of thinking because thinking matters. Well, because it is not only digital. You hear, well, it's not only digital; it's also intelligence. Well, it is not only about like digital life or digital ocean or digital existence. It's about digital intelligence. Well.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Karel and Shrey. We talked about digital intelligence and we also talked about why it is important and how we can take a break. But now coming on under like umbrella of digital intelligence and coming on the topic which is machine learning for beginners. And now I am straight going to the questioners because I know a lot of people must be waiting on the questions. The first question is, what is machine learning for someone who is not from that IT or tech field? So if you wanted to define them, what is machine learning? Shrey, this is for you. So how would you do that?
Okay, so that's a very basic question that everyone should know. That what's machine learning? So for someone who doesn't know, so machine learning is basically So you're telling the machine how to identify something. So how do you tell the machine? So you provide them a data. You teach them that, oh, okay, so this is the thing. So I was having a conversation with Karel before the meeting, and he told me that, oh, okay, so there's a blue doll and then there's a pink doll. So how do you identify them? How do you tell the machine that you'll identify the dolls? So you give the images to the machine and you tell them that, oh, these are the kind of blue dolls and these are the kind of pink dolls. And the machine learning will learn from what input we have given or what data we have given, and it will process it up, it will do the modeling. And after that, the result would be that the machine learning would be able to identify this is a blue doll and this is a pink doll. So it's basically about, there's a lot of aspects of machine learning. This is one of the aspects that I explained it to our learners or to our people. And yeah.
Okay. So if I'll ask you to give one real life example of machine learning, what it would be?
Okay, so right now, one real life example is Alexa and Siri. So everyone will have Alexa or Google. in the phone. And that's one of the real life examples. So you tell them anything and they'll give you the answers like, oh, what's the weather today? And how is it going to be tomorrow? So basically, they are stored on the data and they pre-process the data on the backend. And after that, they will give you the answers. That's one of the example of machine learning because they have to get trained on a particular data set to answer certain questions. And that's a real time example.
Okay, very great example because a lot of people know what is Alexa is. They are also using in their life. So very relevant. Now I'll go to Carol. Carol, do you want to add anything to what Shrey said?
I would laugh, well, because Shrey, even if he is kind of still master student, he has already 3 publications and another 2 coming, and one of them is on emotion recognition from the facial expression. So if I do this or this or this, it can learn what it is. Well, and the principle of machine learning is that of the supervised machine learning, which is quite mainstream, well, is that I will take 1,000 of photos of different emotions, expressions, and with the labels of emotion it was, and then the machine itself will find the patterns, how to take yet another photo not seen before, and to predict the right emotion without me instructing. Well, if the mood is like this, it's more happy. If it is like this, it is less happy. Well,
Yeah.
so without instructing, well, instead of coding, well, because you can do intelligent machines by coding them, telling them. So look for this shape. If it is there, then it's happening. No, I will show you like 1,000 examples of like this, 1,000 examples of like this, and I expect that the machine will succeed. Well, it's get tested in some sophistication, but I think you shall sell your work better. Well, next time. It's a fascinating field what you are doing, and it's a very, very like kind of narrow example of machine learning. Well, really taking examples and predicting something what is not directly somewhere in the data. Well, what has to be inferred with some kind of intelligence, which is then machine intelligence, machine learning.
Thank you, Carol. As Carol spoke about emotions, facial expressions, something personalization. My second question is going to Shrey. And Shrey, I'm asking you, why did you choose machine learning? And if you want to recommend this to somebody, why would you tell them to why would you recommend this particular field to be get into?
Yeah, definitely. So I think I started machine learning 4 years back, and I basically what motivated me to get into machine learning was seeing Alex and Siri. So I'm like, okay, this is very fascinating for me to learn about what they are and like how does this happen? How does they give answers quickly to us? So it was really new for me to get to know about it. So I started machine learning at that time after being fascinated by that, and it's just been a journey and it's been a learning cycle for me. And getting through basics of machine learning, and after that, I built up basic projects, and which led me to do some research in machine learning and publishing papers.
Okay, wonderful. I'm gonna ask you the question, like, how did you get into it? Meaning, like, what did you do? You passed your 12th class, and after that, what did you do and all? But before that, I'll just say hi to our participants, the audience. Audience, hello. I just wanted to let you know that Shrey has joined us from US, California, right? Shrey, you are joining us from
Yes.
California. Carol has joined us from Prague, and I am sitting here in London. And I know most of our participants, the audience, are from India. So we have like already global people sitting together virtually and discussing about machine learning right here, right now. And I know even if one person is learning out of it, is what is the motto of our live stream, like today's session, because we started this live stream with a motto saying that even one person is getting benefited, we are already success. So yes, going back to Carol, Shrey said that how he got into it, machine learning. And then before starting the call, you said that you did your master's, PhD, and you have like 20 plus years of experience. So would you please tell us,
Not
like,
that much, not that old. Well, but something like that, yes.
yeah,
15.
15, okay, 15 plus years of
1 5,
experience.
1 5.
Yeah, 1-5. So, Carol, please tell us, like, why did you choose this particular field, and what fascinated you for this field?
Well, I started to study computer science, well, because I fell in love with someone and I felt that it would be good to earn a lot of money very soon. The love was not successful at all. It was completely like, as you say, as us mathematicians say, it was an empty set, well, or neutral element for the operation of addition, which is zero. So, but still I was in computer science, and then I thought, okay, I'm in this computer science, and I was just observing people around me, and I felt that that AI is a kind of punk. Well, it's kind of strange people, strange interest, also a little bit like one lack in humanities while studying like the human related things. Well, so it was closer to my heart than people who are more with the screwdriver, and also closer to my heart than the software developers who were really like kind of well maintained with nice haircut and sending their CVs to the banking sector. So it was that time AI was no mainstream, nobody was interested. So that was what attracted me. Well, it was like a alternative scene, punk band. Well,
Okay, so I mean, very inspiring. Back in the day, you had to do computer science, and then you decided that you wanted to get into it. Getting back to Shrey, I know you have done your schooling in India, and I just saw that most of our audience, the learners, are from India. So, if they wanted to get into machine learning, what they could do, like what subject they want to choose, what language, you say language, yeah, so what language they should practice so they can get into it?
Right. So, if you need to start with machine learning, you need to learn Python. So, which is the most popular language? You can do machine learning in any of the languages, but Python is the most suitable because it has the libraries and the frameworks that are very useful for machine learning. And if you want to start with machine learning, you should learn Python first, and after that, you should go for the basics of machine learning. So, I would recommend a course on Coursera. So, it's a free course if you don't want a certificate. It's Starting with Machine Learning by Andrew Ng. So that's a very good course because it includes all the maths, it includes all the logic that's behind every of the algorithms of machine learning, and what's machine learning, what components are there in machine learning. So I feel that's a very good starting point. In the courses, if you are in your undergrad, it depends on the colleges to colleges because every college has their own curriculum. So if you get any machine learning course or introduction to machine learning, that would be a really good start.
Okay, so you said that okay, but then in 12th they should get into science, and after science they should start learning these languages, and they should do some science related graduation, and after that they can get into machine learning. Is that what you said?
Correct, and so that's a basic part that usually everyone wants follows up. But right now, it's been like the companies hired from any of the background. So if you're very good skilled, and if you know like what the ins and outs of machine learning is and how your projects speak for yourself, I think you can be from any background. You can take any of the subjects and any of the curriculum or anything, and you can still succeed. So, but I prefer you take 12th and then science and then any of the engineering field or any of the related fields such as BCA or any other fields that have been opened back in India. I'm not really aware of that. So you can take that and you can build your path that way.
Okay, thank you so much, Shrey. That was helpful. I didn't know that if you're from any other stream as well, you can go into machine learning. So you cleared it up for me. Going back to Carol, like how Shrey mentioned that you should be doing Python or this language to get into machine learning. What is your recommendation on that part?
see, Python is definitely recommended on these days. Well, things may happen quickly. Nobody knows how things will evolve, especially with the generative AI, which can be used for creating another AI systems. Well, so I expect that the shift from direct coding will be towards some kind of sophisticated prompting. well, which might be much closer to the natural language ultimately. But Python is definitely a very good foundation, and it is a pretty mainstream programming language that can be used for any kind of backend development. So if people can want to change their career from machine learning to banking sector, doing some kind of backend transactions, it is not that far from there. Well, considering the technological stack, it is not that easy. Well. Regarding people coming from elsewhere to machine learning, yes, it is happening. But my experience is that these people are typically who have kind of proven their intellectual capabilities in some sense. Well, so I met people doing physics. Well, somebody who has a master in physics from um, acknowledged college. No, I can imagine they will do nice machine learning in half a year. But assuming that a completely random person will say tomorrow I will do machine learning, I will learn some little bit Python. It is not that easy. Well, and especially not that easy to get the interesting jobs and to do the interesting stuff. Well, there are some companies who have the tendency to pretend to do some AI. Well, especially some uh, established local corporates who feel that they would be embarrassed if they would not have an AI department. So they will create an AI department with some presentations and so on, but without real impact. Well, so this is also my recommendation for people in this field is be careful before joining a team and ask specific questions about the team's seniority. Well, if you are like a bachelor graduate from machine learning or data science, and if you are joining a team which is junior to you, then run away. Well, unless you have some specific motivations, run away. You will not learn there anything. And there are many people, many teams like that, and the juniority of the team is sometimes not apparent because there might be people who are age-wise, they are older than you. Well, but in terms of seniority, in terms of machine learning, there are some programmers who were appointed to be present there, to sit on the chairs in this department and pretend some activity. Well, so I think it is important, if you really want to do something, be curious about the seniority of the teams you are going to join. Well, even if you have to do some compromises in terms of remuneration temporarily. Well,
Okay, so as Karel spoke about, Python is not easy. My next question is related to that. The question is, what is the most difficult part in machine learning for you, Shrey? Uh, I know, machine learning is a wider subject, and within it there must be like subjects or something like that. So, what is that very difficult part you feel that or maybe you're scared of, or maybe you feel like this is not happening. So, what is that thing for you?
Yes, I feel the most difficult part for me is seeing the results after I ran the model because machine learning is a black box. So, what's a black box? It's basically you don't know what's going to be the output of it and how it is operating or what's going on in the backend. You don't know about it because anything can happen. It's all about maths and it's a very broader field to understand, but it's a black box and I don't know what results are going to be there and like how did the results come. So that's the most scariest part for me. And I feel another is going through the process, selecting the models, which model is the right fit. So that's a very good challenge for any of you solving a problem in machine learning because I feel there are a lot of models and it depends upon what model do you use and which model succeeds the best. It's a process and it might be very tiring and very tedious process because you're going through every model, you're not getting a proper accuracy or different metrics that you have selected. So that's the two scariest part I feel in machine learning for me.
Okay, so for Shrey, it is results. Like after doing the whole data thing and then putting the code, uh, if you're not getting the results, so that is the most scariest thing for Shrey. Getting back to Carol, what is the most difficult part for you in machine learning?
Well, I pretty agree with Shrey. Well, it is like the results orientation. Well, and getting the results, getting some results quickly is not easy. Well, it is not easy. Well, if you collect apples, you take a basket and you collect apples, and after some time you have some apples. Well, but if you want to create machine learning with value added, it is not easy. Well, to get results in broader sense. Well, Trey mentioned some of the aspects, but I would like to emphasize some other things. Well, to getting the results, the hard part is everything but machine learning. Well, machine learning is little box in the middle of other boxes like business understanding, data infrastructure, and other things. So you have to admit that there are so many other boxes that you have to tackle before you do the actual machine learning. And to tackle this is first of all the awareness and skills to know all the boxes well, so or to some extent to know them and to keep learning about them. And the other thing is the ability of simplification. Well, to say, fine, you want results, I want to show you some results soon. So let's ignore this box, that box, this context. You want to classify these five types of objects. Let's go for two types of objects. Let's go for very nice data. If we will see in a day or two that with this kind of nice data we can classify two types of objects, it makes sense to all of us. Well, so this radical simplification in software design called also minimum viable product, I think is a must, and it has to go in the ambition of like the sophistication of the model, number of features used, the size of the data, coverage of the business requirements, aspirations of the business requirements. I want to have a model that will be accurate like 99%. Otherwise, don't talk to me. I met so many managers like that. But ultimately, we came to the conclusion that even a model with the accuracy of 50%, if we have multiple classes, well, like 50% for classes is not much, well, but if you have multiple classes, 50% is a good, for example, good soft advisor. Well, something what can advise human. I think it's like this. Well, and then they can inspect the object either on the photo or elsewhere, and they can say yes, this is a good recommendation, just acknowledging the default recommendation. And if it's like in 70% cases, it can reduce the workload it can reduce the size of the team from 12 to 3, well, which is pretty much savings. Well, you have not solved the problem in your super academic aspiration. Well, and so simplification is the key to get results. Well,
okay, so Carol,
and the simplification on the way to get the results is possible because of the sophistication of your skills and background. Because with this you can distinguish important and unimportant better.
okay, so Carol, you spoke a very bit of very technical language, but then what I understood is it should have simplification. It should have a particular process, like a model to follow it. It should have you also talk about the percentage, like okay, this is 50% success rate or something. So that is also one of the area that you should look into. So I understood a bit like as a process, but not all the technical part of it. But I'm sure we have Himanshu in the audience, and we also have Digvijay, our intern, in the audience, and they acknowledge what you just said, and they said that thank you for your great advice. Also to Shrey, to you, when you said about N2 and G scores, Digvijay acknowledged and said that it is a great course to do. So thank you so much to you as well. I cannot see what we are getting on Instagram, but I could see what we are getting on YouTube. So all the Instagram people, thank you so much for joining us. I am gonna reply all your comments if you're putting any comments after this for sure. And I'm seeing the time, we just have 2 minutes left. So I'm gonna come on the last question of today's live stream, which is one final word on machine learning for the beginners. So Shrey, what is that one final word that you want to give?
Um, I think one final word would be start, because that's where the process begins. And it's all about the journey, and it's about how you learn and how you portray yourself when you're going for employment at any of the companies, or if you are starting your own company or you doing any research. So it's just about the starting thing. Once you start, and there's no coming back. It's a journey, and I definitely believe you'll like the journey. So I feel it's a part of everyone's life. Like you need to start a thing before just talking or going into it. And once you start, you like it up and you just go for it.
Okay, so yeah, one final word is for you is start. So it's just not in machine learning, it is very generic. Whatever you wanted to do, you have to take first step. Start with something, and of course, you will just find out your way. So this is what Shrey said. Going back to Carol, what is that one final word that you want to give to the people who want to begin with machine learning?
I think everybody has to understand that machine learning is simply a field in computer science, and it's a kind of craft or human activity as any other. Well, like manufacturing cars or producing bread or whatever. Well, it's a work. Well, some people have some connotations that it is something like coming from the universe, that it is magic, etc. Well, if you say artificial intelligence is an intelligence that is artificial. So intelligence, we have some clue that it's like you show a photo and I say the name of the animal, and you have artificial grass. Well, for soccer or some other sports, it's made from plastic. It's made from plastic. It's artificial. Well, so it is maybe more durable. You don't have to, you don't have to water it every day. It is durable. It has some qualities that natural grass doesn't have.
Yeah.
But it has also some limitations. Well, so I think it is important to say yes. It's just I'm attracted to do this. Well, but ultimately I have to know it is just the technical box. Well, yes, and any other as a fridge or something. Well, and the hype that is here today won't be there tomorrow. Well, so if cars started to be used mainly or broadly, people were maybe many people were crazy about cars.
Yeah.
But later some of them came back and said maybe I can have a restaurant. I don't have to like sell cars. Well, I can have a restaurant as my father had. Well, it is also a good business. Well, so it's not a magic. That's my final word. It's not a magic.
Okay, so yeah, it is not the magic where Carol said, and then Shrey said, start. And these are their final words. Just to wrap it up, I would like to let you know that you have to start with the computer science. That's how they both started. And after that, they got into elective called machine learning. And so this is the beginning. And one final word, start. Here you have to understand the bit that what you want to do. And in between, we understood what is Shrey journey. We also understood what was how Carol started his journey, and that is why they are with us today here, sitting in the panel, telling you guys what to do it. And now to wrap it up, thank you so much for joining us. I just wanted to make one point very clear. We do not talk a lot about technical subjects. This is not something that we want to do. But then, like I mentioned, 2 weeks ago, we had live stream. We got some questions and we couldn't answer, and that is the reason I thought that okay, we should do this. Speaking of which, next week we are going to come back again, but this time with the soft skill topic, meaning topic related to personal growth commitment. And for that, I am looking for a learner. If you are interested to be on this panel, please get in touch with me, and then I'll do everything for you. And next week same time, which is 2 o'clock in India, 7:30, same channel, which is YouTube and on Instagram. And a topic you will get to know via social media, because I'm going to promote it there. For now, I would like to say thank you, Carol. Thank you, Shrey, so much for getting up at 4 o'clock and coming on this live stream. So thanks so much for that, Shrey. I just wanted to ask you one last final question, because I think somebody asked me this. What is the difference between AI and machine learning? Very quickly, like in one line, and we will fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a very big misconception that AI and machine learning are the same thing. So they are sort of the same thing because AI is a set. So AI is a bigger picture, if you see, and machine learning is a part of AI. So this is a very basic question that everyone arrives at, and that's a simple answer. That AI is a big circle, machine learning is a small circle inside a big circle.
Okay, thank you. And I think Karel just said yes, meaning he is acknowledging your answer. You're saying right. So yes, AI is like an umbrella, and within AI, you have this machine learning as a subset to it. So that was it. And for now, I am signing off. But I'll be meeting you again next week. Thank you so much, Karel, once again. Thank you so much, Shrey, once again for joining us. Thank you so much, audience, for joining us today. And I would see you again next week. Thank you.